Hello everyone, it's Winona the left-handed beater. I don't know what, I've been having some issues between my computer, myself, and my iPhone, and this little clicker I got for it that works sometimes and not others. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone who's been watching my videos and subscribing. I'm up to 130 subscribers, which just blows me away because a little over a month ago I was 20. So thank you to everyone who subscribed and watched and made comments and all that. I really do appreciate that. Anyway, today I'm going to work on a bracelet using the Darling beads from the August subscription box, the Reef. I'm going to use the excuse me, number 9, the 20 centimeter strand of 6mm natural lapis lazuli beads. So I'm going to use those. I'm going to use number 6, and that was a 40 centimeter strand of 6mm frosted glass rounds in dark blue. I'm going to use number 4, which was a 26 centimeter strand of 4mm crackle glass beads in gold. I'm also going to use some seed beads that came in a Potomac, either a kit or a bead box, I can't remember. And these are pale blue lined light, I'm not sure, but there is the product number, 70337. So if you went to Potomac Beads and put that in the search engine, it would bring up the full color. I've grabbed a clasp out of my stash, and this is from AliExpress. Just a little magnetic clasp. I'm going to use my thread burner, Beadalon 006 in the green. Find the end, and I'm just going to do about a wingspan for now. I probably will need to add to that though. And then I'm using these needles, oopsie, that I got off of AliExpress. They come in a tube like this. And when I first ordered them, I ordered the variety. They come like in different sizes. And I found that I really struggled using the long ones. The really long ones, like they're super long. And I also struggled using the really small ones. So, I've ordered, I don't have them yet, some about this size. Oh, forgive my nails. One of these days I'm not going to have to say that, but not for a while yet. Anyway, so these open. And I got my idea from Emma Devost, and I will link her video at the bottom. Last night I had an idea in my head to use these beads with seed beads. It was similar to this, but not quite the same. And I have a hard time sleeping a lot of nights, so I will watch videos for a while. So I was watching some of Emma's, and she was doing a right angle weave, which I really liked. I believe she was using 8mm beads, but I think you can use any beads and just adapt it to whatever your needs are. So I thought I'm going to do that with these beads and incorporate them. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start with 11-0, a lapis, 11-0, and a glass. So I've got that, and I'm going to repeat this now. 11-0, oopsie, and a lapis, an 11-0, oopsie, I got 2 there, and a glass. So that's what I've got on my needle. 4 11-0s and 4 6mm, but it's alternating lapis, glass, lapis, glass. Now if you choose to do this, you don't have to alternate. You can use all the same 6mm, or you could even do a different color for each one. Actually, that'd be kind of interesting. I've got some 4mm pearls I got from AliExpress. I think I might try that with those in different colors and see how it looks. Anyway, we'll bring these down to the bottom of our thread. and then we're going to tie a knot. So I'm just going to go over there and under, and then I'm going to go under and over, and then I like to do a third knot, and I do it, my third knot is what they call a surgeon's knot, and it's over twice, over, under. Oopsie. Let's see if I can do this. I know I say this many times, I don't have a lot of feeling in the tips of my fingers, so things like this can become quite difficult. So I did that like I was doing a knot once, but I'm going to do it twice. So I'm going to slide that under there twice. Maybe. That's hard. I should have left a longer tail for myself. Okay. I was going to use 80 or 008, I guess, Wildfire, but then I was thinking I might have a hard time going through the seed beads if I have to go through them more than once. So I went to the 6, and I can't do this. I left my tail too short. So, okay, grab that. There we go. And then we'll try one more time through here. I think I got it this time. Okay. So I've got that. And I'm going to use my thread burner. And this is like watch Winona fumble, hey? I'm going to zap it close to it and try not to burn my finger. And then I like to use the thread burner to make a little ball at the end there. And that kind of acts like almost like another knot. And I'm going to bring, I could choose to carry on through the seed bead, but then I've got to get that knot and that little ball through because I want to hide this. So I'm going to take it the other way, and I'm going to go through the big bead first. And I'm going to pull so that knot was in there. And then for strength, because this is the beginning of the bracelet, I'm going to go through all the beads again. I don't know if you have to do this, but it's something I choose to do. And I think I'll stop there. So now I've got a nice little square. And I'm going to build on that square, and I'm going to build this way out like I'm making a bracelet. So I can choose to have the lapis running the course of the bracelet and the glass on the outside, or at this time I could choose to do the glass in the center and the lapis on the outside. In the next run through of the beads, I'm going to be adding that to the center of the beads. So that doesn't help me make my decision of what I'm going to run through the center. My decision was based solely on the fact that I have fewer lapis than I do the glass, and it takes fewer beads of the bead you're running through the center. So I'm going to choose to do lapis in the center because of that. So anyway, we have our first component of 4 done. So now we're just going to build on that, and we're going to keep making components, the same component over and over again. But because we're joining them together, we've already got the first part of that component here. We've got the lapis. So now what we need to do is we need to pick up a seed bead, a glass, a seed bead, a lapis. Find the hole in it. Okay. A seed bead, a glass, and finally a seed bead. So what we have now is we've still got 4 seed beads on our needle, but we have only 3 of the 6 millimeters. And because the lapis is the one that's running through the center of my bracelet, I only need 1 of those. So now I've got, it's alternated with 2 of the glass beads. So we're coming out, we'll bring these down. Okay. We're coming out of this side of our lapis. So we need to go into this side of our lapis. We need to go into the opposite side of the one that we're coming out of. And I actually find it easier to go this way because I'm left-handed. So I'm going to pull this now and try not to get it tangled. Okay, and see, we've got another unit here. And we've got the glass on the outside and our lapis in the center. So now I need to get up to here to start again. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to, it's coming out of the lapis this way. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it through the seed bead, the gold, the seed bead, and the lapis at the top. And then I'll tighten it then as well. So I actually find it easier to flip it over and go this way. So seed bead, a glass, and then seed bead, lapis. And basically that's it. That's the whole unit for the base of the bracelet. So I've got that nice and tight. So now I'm going to, again, because I have lapis in the center and I need to build on this component, I'm actually going to try to wrap that around my finger there to keep the tension. I'm going to pick up seed bead, glass, seed bead, lapis, seed bead, glass, oops, got 2 glass there, and then a seed bead. So we have to start and end with the seed bead because we don't have a seed bead beside that lapis. Oops, way too far. And then we've got the lapis in the center and the 2 glass on each side. So, oops, lost my seed bead. So we'll pull these down a bit, and then we're coming out of this side. So we're going to go into this side and not the seed bead, just the lapis. Okay. And we'll pull that down. And then I turn it because I find it easier to be running my thread this way than running my thread that way. So we'll pull it and tighten it, and then we're going to go through that seed bead, the glass, the seed bead, and the lapis again. And then we'll give it another tighten. Okay, and then seed bead and lapis. And then let's give that a pull to tighten it. And there we go. So here we're coming. And we will have, the colors will change on the inside because lapis is a natural stone. And it varies in color, unlike the glass. But I'm just going to keep going like that. I'll do another unit or 2 with you, and then I will do the rest off camera and come back when I've got this as long as I need it. So seed bead, glass, seed bead, lapis, seed bead, glass, and seed bead. Remember, we need to stop and end with the seed bead. And there we have it. There we've got our unit again. So we'll pull that down, and we're coming out of this side, so we're going to go into this side. and through. And then I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to get my way to the top again. So I need to go through that seed bead and the glass. The seed bead and the lapis. And we're going to keep going and doing this until our bracelet is long enough to go on our wrist and have, I think this clasp is, it'll be, oh, maybe 1.5 inches by the time I'm done the beading to add the clasp. So anyway, I'm going to pause here. Oops. I'll do one more and then I'll pause the camera, and I'm going to work on my own, and when I come back we'll start the next step. Okay, so seed bead, start with a seed bead always, except for your first round. Glass, seed bead, lapis, oops, seed bead, glass, and then seed bead. So 3 6mm and 4 seed beads. And then again through the other side of that lapis, and then we'll pull it. Okay, so I've got that, and then I flip it in my hand and tighten it. I find I can get a better grasp on it then. And then I'm going to go through the seed bead, through the glass, what did I do here? I'm just going to pull this through. I got it kind of tangled there. Okay, seed bead, glass, seed bead, lapis. So there we go. So when I come back, I'll have this long enough for my wrist, and we'll continue on with the next step, if this clicker decides to work. Okay, so I've made this, might end up being a little bit too big. I might regret that, but heck, I regret lots of things. Anyway, I'm going to change it up a bit from what Emma did. I'm going to add my clasp while I'm down here. And I have a way I like to add clasps. Not that I know anything. Like, I've probably made 6 bracelets, if that, that I've needed clasps like this for. But this is what I know, so this is what I'll do. And normally, what I do is I add, I don't know how Emma does that. Wraps it around to keep that tension. That's a knitter's trick, I think. Because this is my second take at this, and I lost, it got really loose in here. So anyway, I usually pick up 5 seed beads. But when I did this before, 5 didn't cover this nicely, so I'm going to pick up 7. And the reason it's 5 or 7 is because I want an odd number of beads. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I've got 7 on there now, and I'm going to just take it through the opposite side of the lapis. I've also had to add thread, bead stringing. So anyway, let's try to keep this tight, because this is where I screwed up the last time. So I could probably even use more than 7, but I'm going to go through the first 3, And if you can't do that in one pass, simply go through as many beads as you can. So the first 3, trying to keep this as tight as I can under here. And then I'm going to skip the 4th, and I'm going to go down the next 3. Okay, I'm going to flip it over because I like to, as I've told you before, I like to work from left to right, and I'm really struggling to keep my tension right. I'm going to go back through here. And this is just reinforcing that, because this is where your clasp is going to be. I'm going to flip it so I'm working from left to right. And this time, so I've gone through it once. I'm going to go through it one more time. So I'm going to go through these first 3 seed beads. And I'm actually going to give that a little nudge there so that 4th one pops up a bit. And then we'll go back down through the 3. Okay. I think I kept my tension pretty good. And then through the lapis. And now we're going to go up the 3, and I'm flipping it again. I'm doing a lot of flipping. We're going to go up these 3. But we're also going to go through that 4th one right there. That kind of popped up. And that's a little picot kind of that it's there, okay? So now I want to add my clasp. So I'm going to do 3 beads, 3 seed beads, sorry, and my clasp. They like to stick to your needle, okay? And 3 more seed beads. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 seed beads, clasp, 3 seed beads. We're going to go back through this number 4 that popped up. And there we go. Half of our clasp is on. But we want to reinforce this, so we're going to go back up those 3 seed beads. Okay. We're going to go through the clasp. Oh, I didn't go through the clasp. There we go, through the clasp. And then we're going to go down the 3 seed beads. And your needle wants to catch to that magnet. And then I'm going to go just down through this 4. And then down 3 more through these 3 here. I'm going to actually turn this because I find it much easier working left to right. And we'll get through these 3 here. It's a lot of thread in them right now. 1, 2, oopsie. And if you can't get through them all at once, just go through what you can. Come on. There. Okay. So there is my clasp. Okay. And I'm just going to go through this lapis again. And I'm going to go down through this seed bead here. Okay, and I'm going to give that a pull. I would like to have a seed bead or 2 in there, but we'll see when we're done what it looks like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I want to put this in the center of each of these. So I'm going to add, I'm going to try 3 seed beads and see what that looks like. So we'll pick up 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 2, 3. My needle's all bent now, trying to go through all that. We're going to pick up one of these crackle beads, 4 millimeters. We're going to pick up 3 more seed beads. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now I'm going to go back. How am I going to do this? Yep. I'm going to go down through this seed bead here and through the glass bead. I'll try to pull that. We'll see what that looks like there. Yeah, I think 3 should be good. Okay, so now we're going to pick up 3 seed beads. 2, 3. We're going to go through this hole. Of the one that's already there. I'm just going to leave it loose like that for now. And then I'm going to add 3 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to come this way. I'm going to go down through this hole, this seed bead. This way. Try not to make a knot. And then we'll pull that down and see what we've got. So this is what we've got then. I think that's beautiful. So now to set myself up for the next one, because I don't want the thread there, I'm going to go through this lapis here. I'm going to go through, I'm coming out of that seed bead there. I'm going to go through this lapis here. And I'm going to go through this first seed bead. And again, I'm going to pick up 3. 1, I'm making my next cross. 1, 2, 3. So the first half of every cross you pick up 3. You pick up one of the crackle beads, the 4 millimeters, and then you pick up 3 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3. I had 4 there. So I've got 3 and a very crooked needle and 3. So now I'm going to go across here and I'm going to go into this seed bead from the bottom up and go through the glass bead on the other side. Okay. And I need to go, you always have to start with a seed bead. So I'm going to go through that seed bead right there. And now I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. This is my second pass through for that cross. So I don't pick up a yellow one. I'm going to go through it like this. Okay. I'm going to pick up 3 more seed beads. 1. Oops. 1, 2. Come on, Winona. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm going to, I wish I could just hold this in one position, but I just can't. Just the way I can't hold on to things. So now I'm coming across, I'm going to go through this seed bead, and I'm going to go to the other side. Go through the lapis in the center and get myself to position for my next one. And there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so now we need to go through this seed bead because we always start with a seed bead. So we'll just get our needle through there. Okay. And again, I'm going to turn it so I'm working left to right because that works better for me. Pick up 3 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick up my crackle bead, 4mm, and then this is the beginning of my cross. So again, I have 3 seed beads for the beginning. So again, I have, oopsie, 3 and 3, and with the crackle in the center. So I'm going to go across like this. So because I need to get up here after, I'm going to come into this seed bead this way, from this direction. Go through the seed bead, through the 6mm glass bead, and I've got half of that cross. Okay, remember, you need to start with the seed bead, so I need to go through this seed bead, and this is where my knot is, where I join my thread, so I might have a little bit of trouble getting through there. Nope, not too bad, as long as the knot doesn't come undone. Okay, so this is my second pass through, so I need just 3 seed beads. So 3 seed beads. I need to come through this. And I don't know if it matters what direction you choose, whether you choose to come top to bottom or bottom to top. I'm not sure if that matters so much. And then I need 3 seed beads to get me on the other side. So 1, 2, 3. And you just have to kind of make a choice. Like, you have to figure out where my next direction is. So where am I going to go next? If I was going to go into this glass bead, I would come into this seed bead through the bottom and go up. But because I'm going to go into this bead in the center, I'm going to go from the top, and my needle's going to want to go right through there. And then again I turn. I think I'm in love. I didn't know how this was going to look, but I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, so we're at our first cross again, across the center. We always start with a seed bead. So we'll go through that seed bead there. I'll do this one and then I'll go off camera and finish up off camera. So, can I get through there? Okay. My needle is so bent up now from, I wonder if I can straighten it. Oh, it's got a nib on the end too. I can feel it. So I've gone through that seed bead. So now I can pick up 3 seed beads. And a yellow one. And then 3 seed beads. Because I'm going my first lap across. Now this time I want to go up into this bead. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to go through this 11-0 from the bottom and up through the top. Okay, I could have, oops, I could have caught this 11-0 when I was putting it through, because you always start with that 11-0. And now, because I'm going to go on my second half of that cross, I need 3 seed beads. I need to go through there and tighten that a bit more. And then I need 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's see where we're going next. So the second half of our cross, we always go across through that center bead to get to the other side. So this time you're going to go in that 11-0 from the top. Oopsie. And across to that other side there. And then make sure you tighten it up. I'll maybe do one more. So again, we start with an 11-0. So we'll take our needle through this 11-0. Okay. Then it's 3 seed beads, first half of the cross, 3 seed beads. Oops. A yellow bead. And you can choose, you could put bicones in here, you could put anything in here. You just have to kind of adjust. A two-hole bead would be wonderful in here, but you just have to adjust how many 11-0s you use on the side. Or I guess if you're using 4mm to start, you might be using 15-0s. So again, we're figuring out, where am I going with this? I'm going up to here. So I need to come in from the bottom of that 11-0. You see, and through there. Okay. Go through that 11-0. Okay. I think I made myself a little loop here. Oh, I made it worse. I really need to get glasses, new glasses. Just hold on, I need to put my magnifiers on again. So, when you put magnifiers on, it actually helps if you look through them too. Okay, so how did I do that? My thread needs to come through here. There we go. Amazing what magnification can do. Okay, so I'm through that 11-0, and then I've got 3 11-0s. 1, 2, 3. Oopsie. I think I need to have a nap. I'm actually not feeling well today. I'm fighting my allergies again. But I had Ava here last week, and I love having Ava here. And I had my granddaughter on the weekend, and I love it. But I needed some me time to create something. I don't know if you are like that as well, but I need to have some time just to feel like I'm doing something creative. Okay, so again, we're going to go back through here. So we're going to come out this one. Oh, my camera. Okay, so we're going to go through this bead here. So we're going to come at this 11-0 from the top down. So, and it just, my needle just kind of goes right through that lapis then. So this is what we've got so far. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I will continue on to the end, and then I will come back. See you in a flash. Okay, so I've got this all the way down to the end. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to add my clasp on this end. And again, I had to add more. I don't like working with a lot of line, so I would rather add it than fight with long line. So I've got 3 seed beads, and I need 7. So I've got 7 here, and I'm coming out of this here. I shouldn't say this. this lapis bead. So I'm going to go back into the lapis bead on the other side, and these will arrange themselves on here. So now I'm going to go up 3, I'm going to skip number 4, and I'm going to go down the other 3. Okay. And what that does is make a little picot there. So then I'm going to go back through this lapis bead. I'm going to go up 3. I'm going to skip number 4 again, and I'm going to go down the 3. I think probably if I hadn't messed up so many times and had to restart before I started this video, I think probably in an hour and a half or so you could have this bracelet done. Okay, so now I'm going to go up the 3 and into the 4th bead. If I can get my sense of direction right. There we go, we're up through that 4th. We're going to add 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go through the end. If I can see where it is. Here we go. I'm going to take these apart now, and I'm going to add 3 more seed beads on the other side. There we go. And I'm going to go through that number 4, and then I'm going to go through these beads again to reinforce that. Wildfire is pretty strong, but your clasp takes the most abuse. Mind you, magnetic clasps will come apart if there's tension on them, but I still like them. Okay, so I've gone through the 3 and into the 4th, and now I'm going to go back down through these 3, maybe through these 3. Yeah. Okay. And you can very much, like, you could knot off and call this done. Let's get there, and this would be done. This is actually a little bit big on me, but I do like my bracelets big. But I want to bling it up. So I went into my stash. Well, I could have added these. I could have chosen these gold beads that came in the kit, and they would have looked fine. But I just wanted to kick it up a notch. I have all those Chinese bicones I bought, so I'm going to add them in here. So we'll take this off. Okay, so I'm going to try something here. I've got this gap here. I think I'm just going to put a couple of seed beads in there to tell the truth. And then I'll go through this seed bead and through the 6mm bead. Yeah, and that just fills that in. So now I'm going to pick up, I'm going to see, this might not work. We might have to not use the seed bead. But I'm coming out of the 6mm, and I'm ignoring the seed beads, and I'm just going into the next 6mm. And yes, that's too many. So we can just put the bicone in there. We don't have room for seed beads. I suppose I should really stay true to the box and use the gold spacers, but I really like these bicones. Okay. So we're coming out of that 6mm. We're just going to pick up a bicone and we're going to go in to the next one. And how is that looking there? You know what? I think I need a 15 in there. I think I need something in between. So again, I'm so sorry. I'm going to pause this and go see if I can find a 15 that'll match this. I'll be back in a flash. Okay, well, I don't have a lot of 15s. Let's push these off to the side here. So we'll have to see what... I think these are too gold. I think this might work better. I'm going to have to work on building up a stash of 15s. I've got quite a few different 11s now. Okay, let's see what this galvanized... Or else I might have to use those gold spacer balls and... Oopsie, these are tiny. Okay, let's see what this looks like. 15-0, 15-0, a bicone, and a 15-0. And we're going to go into the next hole, the next big bead. And I think that looks awesome. So we'll go 15. Let's move these out of the way. Oopsie. $15 bicone, 15-0. Out of this glass 6mm into this glass, blue glass. My hands are giving up on me today. It's super windy outside. Just unbelievable. I hope we're not going to get a storm. And we're going to the eye doctor, like I said, tomorrow. So, and my allergies have been on and off again. Yesterday I went for acupuncture and a massage. And when I got home, I just felt sick. I had to lie down. My nose was running. My head was all so congested. And I was just sick until I went to bed. And this morning I woke up and I'm not too bad. So I don't know what. I must have encountered something, maybe a lotion or something they clean with at the salon. But I don't want to get sick and have to cancel my appointment tomorrow. And then I'm home for a few days, and then I have to go back to the city for a mammogram. September's going to be pretty busy with doctor's appointments. It's kind of checkups for my cancer. Just an annual checkup, an annual mammogram. And everything's been fine, and I'm sure it's still fine. But it's just something you have to do. And I find if I go out, oops, I got this wrapped around here. If I go out to the city and that, it takes me a couple of days till I'm kind of back to myself. Like even today, I had my granddaughter. I had Ava for a few days last week, and then we went to an anniversary, and I had Nova for the weekend, and she's awesome too. Like, she takes care of herself. She entertains herself so well. But I slept for 2 hours after she went home. And then yesterday I had to go for that appointment, and I slept again when I got home. So, and I'm on the road again tomorrow, so I'm expecting to be really tired come Thursday. And maybe even Friday, and then I'll get myself back in gear and I'll be heading to the city again. So, but you have to get out. You have to get out and about. It was so funny. We went to my sister's cottage, which is well over 2 hours from here. I think I'm pulling these too tight. I gotta relax a bit. And I don't know if I like that. I don't know if these bicones all need to have that. I'm gonna take this out. Maybe that first one was just loose. But anyway, we went to my sister's, and it's about a 2-hour drive there, and Ava and my granddaughter were in the back seat, and my son drove us. And I was tired when we got there. And Nova was so good. She was on the go all day. There were no kids her age, so she entertained herself. We left, it was after 8. Well, it had to be well after 8 when we went home, because we didn't get home till 11:30. Now let's look at that. I don't know if I like the way that bicone sits. Well, we're gonna do it anyway. We'll see. It kind of has a bigger hole, and that might be because it's one of the Chinese bicones. So what did I do here? But yeah, the Chinese, it's a cheap Chinese bicone. That could be why the hole, it doesn't sit right. But I'm sure it'll be fine once you're wearing it. Anyway, it was after 11:30 when we got home, and that little Nova, like, she wouldn't sleep in the car. She's almost 4, and if I tried to sleep, she'd say, "Gamma, you sleep at home in your bed. You don't sleep in the car." But, you know, she was amazing. She just entertained herself, and she didn't play shy with anyone. She's so into her make-believe world. Magic, everything's magic powers. I looked online to get her into drama classes, but you have to be 5, so we have to wait another year. I just hope she doesn't get shy in the meantime. So anyway, I'm just working these through. Try not to go through the seed beads, just the 6mm blue ones. And then we'll go through this one. Yeah, see how the bicone kind of sits on its side there? I don't really like that. And maybe it's because there's not enough room in there for it too. And probably I should use, oopsie, I should use these, but I don't want to use them. I want to use these. What I should be doing, I think, is if I was to do this again, I think I would take that bicone and take it through these beads here. That one looked a little different. And those are the 11-O's. Okay. So now we'll go through this. And I'm back to the beginning here. I'm going to go through this seed bead here. And then I'm going to add 2. I have such a mess on my mat. I'm going to add 2 seed beads. Somewhere. I see what I did here? I got my thread caught here and didn't see it. And now it's like that, and I can't fix it now because my tension will be wrong. So anyway, I'm going to work my way through these seed beads. If I can. Okay, I'm through 2 of them. This is what I find hard is well, first of all, seeing these small things. I don't know if I can get through there or not. I might have to put my magnifiers on again. Oh, I'm on upside down. Oh, geez, Winona. Okay, let's see. Ooh, it looks much prettier when I can see it really good, too. But I need to get through this bead here. And I just can't seem to get my needle in there. Okay. And where are you going to come out now? There's a lot of thread in there. Come on. Okay, now I need to, I can get it in. Isn't this fun? Watch Winona struggle with her fingers and her eyes and on. Okay, I'm pausing. I'll be back. Okay, so off camera, I've completed it. My needle has had it. I bent it so badly. But I'm very happy with it. The bicones I'm not so happy with, and that's my own fault. Truthfully, I should have stayed true to the darling beads and used these, but I really wanted the sparkle. But anyway, it just snaps on like that. It's a beautiful bracelet. Just gorgeous. And there's the clasp there. In retrospect, it's fairly heavy. I maybe should have grabbed a different magnetic clasp, but you know what? It's all a learning experience. It's all in fun. If it breaks, you know what? I make another one. And this is what I've got left for beads. I've got all these yellow ones. I've got these lapis, but I still have a lot of lapis from my other boxes. And then I've got these blue ones. So I probably could make another bracelet. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll look at the rest of the beads and see if I get any ideas. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to rock this. I'm going to go down and cook supper in my new bracelet. Anyway, I wish you lots of luck and happiness until we meet again. Bye-bye.